Welcome to part 8, modelling the magazine. So just with the handle here, I've just done a few more bits and bobs with the handle. Changed a bit of the shape, added a couple of edge loops, and tightened a few things up, and basically just tweaked until I was happy with the shape. So that's basically it for the handle. So for the magazine, you can see here this very first piece we modelled. This section over here is practically identical to the magazine, so there's no point in remodeling that. So we can just duplicate that and rename it magazine, and now we can just bring that off to the side, and we can just rotate it, holding shift in the end circle just to snap it there. 45-degree increments, and turn on polyframe, turn off dynamic subdivs. And now I'm just going to select go to select lasso, and holding alt we'll just delete what we don't want. Actually, we don't really need this either, so we'll get rid of that, and we'll bring it back to here and into the side. Now I'll just turn off symmetry and get rid of these, and just have our planar shape again, and delete hidden. So now we go back to move and move it up into position, and get an idea of the kind of size. The width is pretty good. The length is probably pretty good as well. It's not too bad there at that size. So what we want to do now is just bring it across to the world axis here, and we can just go to mirror and weld in Z, and just mirror and weld it across, bring it back over, see what we have. So now we'll probably want to just go to move. It's not allowing me to do a move edge loop complete, so we just use the old masking trick here. Firstly though, I'll just pretty much center it up. I could have did this first and then mirrored it across, but no big deal. We just do it here. So we'll grab these, invert, and just move them across. Clear the mask, invert, and move them across. And probably want, let's see, and the length is actually, yeah, we might want to maybe move these down, and then we can always clip that off later on if it's too long. And one other thing I'd like to do is just a slice curve, just give it some extra resolution here for the bend, because it's going to need some extra rows of edges for the parametric bend. Right, so I'd say now we're happy with that, and we'll just come down here to deformation, and we'll just click unify, just so that this S bend on X, I believe, yeah, so just so that S bend, if we tried to do it down here, it would be trying to bend from the center of the world, and it wouldn't work. So I might just kind of have to guess this here, and that looks about right there. So we'll try that, and just maybe use the scale it down a bit, and back to move it into position. And we're also going to want to rotate it just till the top is flat. You can see there, curve is just about right. and we can move it again, and we're pretty bang on there. It's maybe a bit more rotation, and back to move, and we're pretty bang on there. So I want to get rid of this creasing actually as well, the creasing that was on the other subtool that we copied, that we duplicated. So I'll just go to uncrease all, and now I'll probably just let's see, clip it to there, and then I'm just going to move these so I can slide. If I raise my size of the brush, we can just slide and put our fill mode up, and we can pretty much slide it exactly where we want it. I'm just going to, for starters, get rid of these, and now I'm going to just mask lasso, mask. We'll mask this, and mask this, and now we can move these into position. Try and move these into position a bit better. Let me see. So I'll mask them as well, and they'll just rotate from here. It's slightly different rotations on them, so they're not exactly the same. We can smooth out all this other stuff now. So now I want to just create a mask here, invert it, and then we can move that one as well. So I just go back to draw and just move that up. Just move that into position there, and now we can worry about tidying these up now. So we're still in a flat face, so we can just use our slide. I will use move actually, because we don't necessarily want to be constrained to the edge, because we're in a flat orthographic view and it's a single plane, so it's grand. We can also move this. It's just the bend kind of got us a bit of the way there, you know. Now we can just sort of manually do it. And let me see. Just raise the brush size a bit so I can grab two of these together. And there. Just work on this a bit more. Drop the brush size down. And just space some of these out. And we'll bring all these up, and then we'll just use our magical clip brush. Let's see what's happening there. It's strange. Oh yeah, we have these in here, so what we'll do there is just polygroup, polyloop, and we can just select them as a polyloop, and then just shift click them, delete hidden, and go back to what we were doing. Make sure that we that's, yeah, I'd like to just move these down here. So we'll do that clip again, move these down. And we'll go with that. So let's see what we have now. Space these out a bit more. And just grab our clip brush here now. We'll move them past the line first. Just move them all past. And then the clip brush will take care of that. Right, so now let's say we're happy with that. I'm not happy with this. Not in the least. I'm just going to add some more in there. I would have much preferred to have another edge if that continued all the way through. It would be a nasty pole, but because it's a flat surface, we don't really have to worry about it. So I'm going to just shift just to put an edge in there, and then we go back to our slide tool. Slide that down, and we're also going to need an edge loop in here and in here. And there we have it. Pretty good shape, pretty good. It's nicely matched up with the reference. So now it's time for a bit of Q mesh. So Q mesh, flat island. I'm just going to turn off our subdivision and come out halfway because we'll be using our mirror weld in X, and come out halfway there. And now we want to Q mesh this flat island here, so we'll just drag that down. Oops, invert it and move it into position. And now what we'll do is we'll do our mirror and weld. So I just want to see first where the axis is, so we can check, put this back to X. You can see we just need to bring it in slightly, and then we can always stretch that out to make it thicker, whatever thickness we want. We can do that later on. So I'm just gonna make sure our symmetry's turned on first. Now we'll Q mesh a single poly. And that looks pretty good. Just going to bring these back in. And now all we need to do is add in these bits at the bottom. So let's see, just going to line up a couple of edge loops here. So what do we want to do? We're just going to add, don't really want to add any in because they're going to continue through into that. We could do them as separate meshes, but we might just move, we'll just move some of these around. So if I add in an edge loop here, I'm going to add one in here anyway, and then add another one here. I'll just add one here, and then we can just move some of these around to suit our purpose. So we could also, instead of doing that, we could go back to draw and just, we can just use slide. Or maybe, no, we'll just do it the way we were doing it. To move, and if I can just snap, I can snap that along that axis and use the center one, then just keep it on the axis that we want to. Clear the mask. Now this one, shift, invert the mask, shift to constrain it, and we probably, I'm just going to add another one in here that we're going to need. It's still going to run into that one, so it's just a pity that we don't have an edge loop in the center there. It probably won't be noticeable. I'll stretch it out there, and we'll keep doing what we're doing. Back to move. And invert it. As I say, like usually I would just create these separately when I was modeling normally, but this is sort of just, I suppose the whole idea is this is to it's a tutorial, you know, so there's no point in taking any shortcuts. But once you know, it's just about the modeling, you know. If I was doing this, I would definitely, a lot of these parts I'd create separate, you know, but it's just for the tutorial, I suppose. One more here, and just move that up. So now we can go back to our Q mesh, and we'll just tag this one, this one, this one. Wasn't that one, was it? Sorry, I'm going to need one more in here. And we'll tag that one as well. And now we can Q mesh a poly. So I'll just drag it out once. Or actually, I'm going to just inset them first. Inset single poly. And we just inset them. And then we'll Q mesh them. So once, twice, and have a look. And just a third time, a little small one. Right, doesn't matter, I'll just add in an edge loop there. Let me see, I don't know why I happened to have them tagged. So, oh yeah, sorry, when I inset it there, it changed from tagged, temporary tagged faces to poly groups. So we'll just do that again. Q mesh a poly, come out once. Same thing. And twice. Look at that. A bit more. Now that'll do us. And now we'll use our slice curve. And just slice right through them. And just check that now. So we obviously are going to need some more control edges here. So just turn off the floor and we'll insert the loop through there. And one. here. And that's a double double row of edges there, and it helps to tighten this up as well. So we'll have a look there now what we have. And it's not too bad. One more thing I want to do now is add one there and one here. And we could maybe slide that one up. Edge loop complete, just to tighten it up. Now you've noticed I'm just using control loops here. I could have just been using creasing instead, but we'll use the control loops. Now it looks like I want to we still have our transpose line here at this angle, which is nice. So it looks like I want to start you know, spacing these back out again. So I turn on the floor. You can see here we need to just maneuver some of them around. So we grab this first, invert it, move that out a bit. I'm just going to turn on our dynamic subdivision so we can get a better idea what's going on. Remember, we still have our control cage there to judge. And get these ones. And nearly there. And that's pretty good. So now I just want to add some more control edges. You'll notice that we don't have any here, so what I might do instead is, you see, this is where it'll be the if you're creating everything individually, it's you know, you don't run into this problem where you have, like I'd always, in Max for instance, if I was modeling something like this, I'd always break them off into, even if they're part of the same object, I'd break them off into separate elements, which I easily could have did here, but I just chose not to. Just chose to model it all together, as I said already, because it's sort of a you know, it's a modeling tutorial really. So what we'll do is, I think I'm just gonna leave that there as is, and we just go to slide points, and just tighten this up. Now what else do we want to do? We'll see where it's going to land up here when we add in some loops along here. Yeah, they're all running in there, but I might just stitch some of them together, terminate the loops. That'll be the last thing to sort out there. No, we mightn't need to actually. I'll just bring the draw size down, and we can just space some of these out here. It's not too bad. Maybe drag that up there, and yeah, that should be grand there, yeah. And these are fairly even, so we'll just a little bit of tweaking here. Maybe move that a bit more. Just you have a lot more freedom when you're, as I've said many times already, when you're modeling flat objects. Even though I know there's a curve in this, but it's a flat surface here. You get away with a lot more. That's why when you're modeling curved surfaces, it is always a good idea to break stuff up into logical parts, as they might be broken up kind of in the real world, you know. Whereas this is not going to be made out of one piece. So even for the top piece there, it's going to be separate. So just a bit more sliding around, and yeah, it's still a bit wonky there, so we'll slide some of this stuff out of the way, make a bit of space. Now we'll just use our mask lasso, or I'll tell you what we might do actually. Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do actually. I'm going to insert the edge loop here. And then I'm just going to stitch these together. So we can stitch these to terminate the loop. So that's that one, and maybe where's that one going to? Doesn't really matter where it's going. We can yeah, we can get rid of this one here. So now we don't have as much geometry to contend with here. So what we might want to do is maybe take these and smooth them up a bit. Same with these. Just to spread things out so we don't have that weirdness going on that we saw earlier on. Just, you want to kind of just let's see, where's that one going there? There's a vert there sticking up, so I'm just going to move that. This one here in the back. I'm just using the shift shift brush there now just to space them out kind of, and we'll have a look at that. Yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'll do that again between lessons, so you just want to tweak that until you have it more of a circular shape. So as I say, I won't waste any more of your time with that, but you can see there now that we have our magazine, so it's just a matter of now creating the top part here. So we'll turn our floor back on, and what can we do? What we do for here, we'll just take I'm just going to take this face here, and we'll start dragging it up, and then just press Control, and we can steal that off there, just duplicate it. So it's always a good idea to try and duplicate geometry where you can. Okay, so move. I'll just stretch it out. Sorry, mask it first. Stretch. And move it into position. Stretch it a bit more. And then we'll just scale it this way as well. Move it down. And we'll just clip it. So clip, let me see, the tree, clip, and clip. Sorry, wrong side of the clip brush. You want to always make sure what you want to get rid of is going to be on the shadowed side. So that's there, and now we'll just stretch it out this way as well. And yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that's grand. So there's not really much detail in this. Maybe we'll just maybe we'll just bevel this edge here. So we just go to bevel, and maybe 4 rows because it's kind of curved, and we'll insert one here, insert one there, and obviously then we're going to need to put one here and here. Let's see that, yeah. We might go with that one. And we can also get rid of this flat island here, so delete flat island. Just get rid of that, and maybe move these up. Once it's sub'd, we can move it up, and on solo get an idea of where it's going to be, so it's running up into it, and then we'll just mask, undo clear the mask, and just bring that out slightly, and that's pretty much it for the magazine. And are we on 4? Yeah. Okay, so that's let me see, do we want any? I think we'll leave it at that thickness. No point in making any thicker than that. So that's it for the magazine. In the next lesson we will create maybe the bottom part, this part that we didn't do, and just this little wire here. We create that in the next one. Alright then, I'll see you in that one. Cheers, thanks, good luck.